Hi, my name is LaDonna Wyatt, and this week in my communications class, we will pose the question, what broadcast television shows do we still watch, and how many hours do we watch them? So for me, it was easiest to answer this question by making a timeline to compare how I used to watch broadcast television to how I watch it now, and explain how it's changed over time. For me personally. So to start off this conversation, I had to think back to when I was a kid. So at this point in my household, everyone had their own TV, their own cable box. The only place that didn't have a TV or a cable box was probably the family room. So we were all able to watch TV all over the house at different times. So at this point, some of my favorite memories were staying up past my bedtime, which was 8 o'clock, until maybe 9 or 10 o'clock, binge watching Disney Channel movies that had aired that night. Because at that point in time, if you didn't watch it when it aired, you had to wait a week or several days to have the chance to watch it again. So at that point, I had to be watching TV from about 15 hours a day was dedicated to TV, but not 15 hours straight, but separated. And if we fast forward a couple years, at this point I had discovered DVR. So we were on Verizon, so they brought up the idea of DVR. So we were able to record the TV shows that we wanted to watch and watch them later. So I no longer had that urge to stay up until past my bedtime trying to wait to see this movie that had came out, this TV show, or a broadcast network showing any sort of special, because I had DVR. I could DVR it, watch it after school, watch it anytime. It was at my disposal when I wanted to watch it. It was no longer up to the broadcast network when they wanted us to watch it. So at this point, the amount of time I was watching the TV shows or broadcast television shows was probably 8 hours. So shortly after this, I discovered YouTube. Now, YouTube was a game changer for me because, one, it allowed me to see people who look like me, people who could relate to me, and people who had interests the same as me. So I was able to select who I wanted to watch and the things that they showed, and I was able to watch it anywhere, anytime, on my phone, my tablet, my computer, my TV at this point, because they had widgets, and on those widgets an option was YouTube. So it was to my disposal once again. So at this point, I didn't really care for broadcast television because I just personally preferred to see a regular person explaining their experiences, doing makeup tutorials, just all sorts of stuff that was more relatable to me than a funny sitcom about black families or whatever else I was watching at that time. So when YouTube got discovered, my time went from about 8 hours to about 6 hours, because whatever time I would spend sitting at home in front of the TV trying to watch a broadcast television show, I could be out watching it on my phone. I could be in the car watching YouTube. I could do it anywhere. And YouTube allowed me to watch what I wanted, when I want, and made it more easily accessible or carryable, if you get what I'm saying. So a couple years later, my cable box broke. So this had to be about 10th or 11th grade year. My cable box broke, and I knew times had changed because I didn't feel the urge to be like, Mom, Dad, I need y'all to go fix my cable box. I need a new one. Because broadcast television wasn't that interesting in me anymore, because everything I wanted to watch was on Netflix. Now, just like YouTube, when Netflix came along for me, or when it came into my personal life, it was a game changer. Because now whatever shows I used to want to watch on TV was on Netflix. And when they were on there, I could binge watch them. The whole season was on there. It had more TV shows on there that I was interested in, and it allowed me to expand my horizon. So there was no need for me to get my cable box fixed. Between YouTube and Netflix and other online sources, it just had no purpose anymore. The cable box became obsolete in my life. So at this point, I was watching broadcast television probably 2 hours a day at best. And then now I'm in college. I don't have a TV in my dorm room. I don't feel the urge to have one because, once again, just like when I was at home in 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, it's obsolete for me. I have Netflix, which at this point has almost every show that's on my TV, and when it comes out, I can binge watch them in seasons, like I mentioned before. It's each television network now realize, okay, people no longer want to sit at home and watch TV. And that was a big part of it. So now most television networks that had broadcast TV shows now have them online. So they're just as easily accessible as YouTube and Netflix. And after that, it was no point in me watching broadcast television except for family time. So what this was is from about 10th grade again to now, me and my family always kept the same tradition that on Wednesday nights when Survivor came out, because that was our family television show, we would all sit down in front of the TV in my parents' room, and that would be our time to talk and bond. And I feel like that's what TV used to be for, but as time progressed, it just became obsolete. So for me, that was the only time, still to this day, that I will sit in front of a TV and watch a broadcast TV show. Outside of that, I don't. I have Netflix, YouTube. Most of the broadcast networks have their own websites. So it's just obsolete to me in my personal life. So if the question is what broadcast television shows I watch and how many hours, I watch a lot of broadcast TV shows, just not on TV anymore, not on the broadcast network. I watch them on Netflix. I watch YouTube. I watch so many different sources, it's just no point anymore. So currently, I watch 0 hours of broadcast TV on the broadcast network. Thank you. Have a good day.